is a very important point. When a business is growing, as your sales are growing, your costs are expected to grow. If you are selling 1,000 units of this pen, the moment you start selling 2,000 or 3,000, I expect that the cost will grow. After all, to sell these pens, you have to buy more pens. So your cost of doing business will grow. But the key to growing a business sustainably is that your sales have to grow at a faster rate, at a higher rate than your cost. If your cost is rising at the same level as your sales, you are not growing. You're just expanding your problems, and you would eventually kill that business. The only way not to expand your problems is for your sales to be growing faster than your costs. Your costs are growing, but they're not growing as fast as your sales. So what that means is that the gap is getting wider. And that gap that is getting wider means more profits and more capital that you can accumulate, right? So the goal here is, how do you increase your sales and your output without increasing your costs? One way of doing that, in fact, the key to doing that is your fixed costs. If you notice what I said about the warehouse example, you and your competitor have the same size of warehouse. You pay the same rent for that warehouse. But your competitor has 7 machines that produce this pen in that warehouse. You only have 2. At the end of the year, the 2 of you pay the same rent, $10,000. But within that year, your competitor has been able to produce 3 times more pens than you. The goal here is that your competitor used their fixed capital very, very well. Your competitor used their fixed costs and their fixed capital. The rent is a fixed cost, $10,000 per year. Whether you produce 1 pen or you produce 1 million pens, you pay the same $10,000 in rent at the end of the year, right? In terms of fixed capital, whether you have 2 equipment or 7 equipment, if you operate the equipment or you don't operate the equipment, you've already spent the money. The capital is fixed. So whether you use the equipment or you don't use the equipment, you've already incurred, that capital is fixed. You've bought the equipment, it is there. It's either the equipment is productive or it is wasting. Your competitor has 7 of the equipment producing these pens. You only have 2. At the end of the day, your competitor's income, revenue, will be growing faster than the cost. Yours may be growing, but not as fast. So the goal is, for a business to scale, your revenue and your output need to grow faster than your cost. The moment your cost is growing at the same rate or is growing faster than your output or your revenues, you have not achieved scale. And that business is likely going to tumble back down. What we want is growth that is sustainable. Growth you can achieve and hold. It's not about just acquiring the ground. It's not about I want to get to the next level. You know, you see business, they tell you, I want to get to the next level. I want to grow to the next level. The problem is not going to the next level. In fact, going to the next level is easy. The problem is, can you hold the next level? Can you maintain the next level? Because what is worse than not achieving the next level is achieving the next level and dropping from the next level. That is worse. It's better you don't even achieve next level than for you to put in all that capital and energy and effort to achieve next level, only to drop back to the level you started or even below the level you started. That's not something you want. If you're interested in learning more about the topics I offer when it comes to starting, building, and growing a business, this is your opportunity to join my community. It's known as the BMG. I provide extensive courses on different topics and challenges that afflict business owners, from how to optimize your profits, how to manage costs, how to boost your sales, how to develop processes, how to scale your business. There's a whole lot that I can teach you. If you want to go deeper into my content, this is your chance. Go to the link on your screen right now, jointhebmg.com.